Hello everyone. We have done with Unit 3 Corporate Social Responsibility and we will go for the Unit 4 from today's class Social Responsibility and Corporate Governance. So under this unit I will focus on corporate governance at the beginning. So what is corporate governance? You all have heard the word governance. Governance says the proper functioning of the institution and acceptance of that from the public. Okay, so here corporate governance is nothing but proper functioning of the companies and the acceptance of that functions from the public. Okay, so that is what corporate governance. So why this is practiced? Here is a corporate governance framework. So the main objective of the companies are wealth creation, wealth management and wealth sharing. So I can say this is the three steps of the companies. Correct? So here output minus input. So it's nothing but total sales minus the total expenses. Now the wealth is created and that created wealth should be managed properly. How to manage that wealth is the question mark here. Correct? So you have two options. One you can reinvest somewhere, another one you can distribute that wealth. Fine. So if you are reinvesting, that will create the sustainability, and you can reinvest in this all as research and development, R&D, HR development, human resource development. It is infrastructure related aspects and the risk management. If you are reinvested your wealth in these all aspects, that will increase the capability of creating the wealth, and the sum part should be shared to its stakeholders. Correct? The stakeholders are the suppliers, human asset, customers, public, etc. So what suppliers need? They need the adequate return. Human resource needs adequate remuneration, customers need affordable prices, and public expects payment of the taxes and the partnerships in the national development projects. So this is what the corporate governance framework. So if you are understood this framework, you can understand the corporate governance easily. In fact, these three steps also treated under the corporate governance itself, but the wealth creation and the wealth management comes under the best management practices, and wealth sharing comes under the law and ethics of the business. So the combination of the best management practices and law and ethics is treated as the corporate governance. So what are the needs of that? Let's understand. So here is the stakeholders in the value chain. So what is value chain? It's process of transforming the ideas into the reality. Fine. So here is the upside aspects which is treated as the role of the stakeholders. Here is the downside aspects which is treated as the expectations of the stakeholders. So one of the important stakeholder is the suppliers. Their role is supply the funds, materials and the services. Here suppliers means not only the suppliers of the raw materials, even the suppliers of the funds. Nothing but the investors, maybe a debt holders, maybe a equity holders, or maybe a preference shareholders. Fine. So they used to supply the materials, services, and the funds too, and they expect the adequate return for the fund, material, and services supplied. Okay. Suppliers expect the proper repayments, and the investors expect the returns. Correct? The human resource is there. Here the human resource means not only employees, even the managers will come, even the public aspects will come. So value addition to the management of the resources. So this is what the role, whereas adequate salary and a security for leading their happy life is their expectations. Customers give the opportunity to the company to satisfy their needs. Remember, the customers are giving the opportunity to the company. They have a lot of options under the perfect competitive condition, but they are giving the opportunity for one particular company, and if the company is provided the best quality products and the customers care at the minimum prices, then customers will prefer your company only. So this is the role of the customers and this is the expectation of the customers. Fine. And about public. What does public mean? So public includes potential suppliers, human resources, and the customers. All these three, and biological, economic, and cultural environment too. So gradually, public expects the partnership for the sustainable development. So what is sustainable development? In economics, sustainable development means using the resources to satisfy the today's needs and also retaining the same resources for the future generation. So that is what the sustainable development as per the economics. But in company's viewpoint, sustainable development is bit different. So what is the sustainable development? Let's see. So sustainable development is usage of the resources, satisfying its stakeholders and retaining them for the future too. Here the sustainable development is growing revenues, growing profits and growing market value. So these three combinations are treated as the growth, and with that, if you are widening your customer base, if you are made your market ready for the new products, and if you are accessing the global market, and if you are better accessing the human capital, and with that, if you are enhancing the trust and the confidence of all the stakeholders may be investors, employees, customers, suppliers, society, government, and regulators. If you are satisfying all these stakeholders, that will lead to the sustainable development. Here, you are satisfying the environment, you are satisfying the business society, and you are satisfying the civil society. That means nothing but laws and regulations. If any company is satisfying the environment, business society, and the civil society, we can say the company has good scope in future and the company is in the way for the sustainable development. So this is for today's class. In coming classes, we are going to speak about the corporate excellence.